Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm George Conley with Scratch Golf Tips, and today we're going to be talking about what we can learn from Rory McIlroy's practice routine. Now, I don't think it's necessary to go through all of Rory McIlroy's career accolades. He's clearly one of the greatest golfers of this generation, and there must be something good to his practice, both on and off the course, as it has led to an excellent career. Now, obviously, Rory spends a lot of time in the driving range, chipping and putting, all that great stuff, but today we're going to be talking about a few things that Rory does a little bit differently that you may not be familiar with, that you can implement into your practice that will see you actively improve in golf. Now, one thing very interesting about Rory's practice is he actually spends a lot of his time practicing on the course, meaning he practices through playing golf. And he cites a great quote from Bob Rotella. Golf is the only sport where you don't practice on the playing field. And on top of that, one very interesting thing that Rory does when he is playing and practicing, but he's on the golf course playing actual holes, is he plays with a half set. This meaning he only has half of the golf clubs he normally does. He'll take out his 8-iron, his 6-iron, his 4-iron, one of his wedges, he might take out one of his woods, and this forces him to be very creative on the golf course. He says that it forces him to play with different trajectories, play with different shot shapes, put yourself in uncomfortable positions that you may not find yourself in if you're playing good golf on your home course, but you'll definitely find yourself in those tricky positions when you're on a PGA Tour course, or for anyone watching at home, if you're playing in a club championship, different courses, different conditions, maybe there's wind, maybe it's a little bit humid outside. There's a bunch of different things that can allow you to force yourself into playing a low shot, a high shot, maybe you hit a big draw, big fade. You need to force yourself into those positions, and by playing with a half set, taking a bunch of clubs out of your bag, you are inadvertently forcing yourself into those positions. It goes without saying that the more you're in those very uncomfortable positions, the more you practice them, they become comfortable positions. So then you're playing against competition, or you're just playing against your buddies, playing a $5 skins game. They're uncomfortable in those situations, you're comfortable. That's a very clear advantage. Now let's go off the course with Rory for a little bit. Rory obviously spends a lot of time in the gym, and I'm not saying if you want to get better at golf, you need to be spending 2 hours in the gym, but there are a few exercises and areas of focus that Rory has that anyone can benefit from. Rory does a lot of quick weightlifting and box jumping. He cites this as helping him with his explosivity, and if there's anyone to learn explosivity from, it's Rory McIlroy. Pound for pound, he's one of the longest drivers the PGA Tour and the professional golf scene has ever seen, and it's clear that while a lot of that is fundamental, a great deal is also the work that he does in the gym. Now, when a lot of people think about the gym, they do think about those heavy lifting exercises, all of this crazy things to really build up your muscle mass, but Rory also spends a lot of time stretching, working on his flexibility and his pliability. Anyone can do that. You don't even have to be in a gym to do that. But the more you stretch, the more you work on your flexibility, not only are you going to loosen up your golf swing, if you're more flexible in your back, you can have better rotation, all of that good stuff. You're also actively working against injuries. It's a great method of injury prevention. Rory also cites working on his cardio as a very important part of his golf regimen. Now, if you're walking 72 holes a week and playing some practice rounds, you always need to be in great shape. You don't need to be running 10 miles a day if you're just playing in a cart, but if you're playing in a member guest, maybe you're walking, having a push cart, maybe you play 36 holes in a day, it is important to be in decent cardiovascular shape to do that and to do it at your best. Now, finally, something that Rory works on so much, and he's worked on it harder and harder each year, it seems, because it's something he struggled with so much in the past, is Rory really works on his putting. It seems so simple, but so many people overlook it. Think about the last time you spent an hour practicing your game. I'm guessing a lot of the time was spent at the driving range, hitting your long irons, hitting maybe a few wedges, hitting a lot of drivers, but you don't really spend that much time putting. When in reality, the most strokes that you'll hit on the golf course in one given round will always be the putter, so please don't overlook it. Rory in particular uses a lot of training aids, he uses a lot of alignment rods, he uses a putting mirror often. If you'd like a putting mirror for yourself, it's one of my favorite training aids. You can shop our putting mirrors down in the description below. And within putting, Rory always focuses on his alignment and starting line. The only thing that we can control when we hit a putt is the line that putt starts on, so be sure to focus on that in your putting. So those are 3 things that we can learn from Rory McIlroy's practice routine. Please tell me in the comment section down below if you already use any of these things or if you're planning on doing so soon. As always, leave a like rating on this video if you appreciate the content we are putting out, and that will help YouTube show this video to more people. If you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe to the Scratch Golf Tips YouTube channel. As always, we very much appreciate your support on these videos. Thank you for watching, play well, and take care.